Hello, my name is Collections Connoisseur. I collect digital thingamabobs and video games, and today I'm playing Monster Train. Last time on Monster Train, we unlocked the Stygian Guard. So we're going to start by playing the Stygian Guard. So they're going to be our primary clan. And since we've never won with the Hellhorned as an allied clan, and it's the lowered level of the other two that we have, I think I'm going to choose Hellhorned. Yes, I'm going to choose Hellhorned. Draft the support of the ancient guard of the Stygian Sea. Mystical sirens and ancient totems work together to eradicate the winged from hell. I am going to stay on Covenant rank 1. Last time I lost because I was getting these packed shards too often. I'm going to try to win this time. As much as I like collecting shiny things in games, I am going to try my hardest to actually win this particular run. So let's see how well I can do. Final boss is Seraph the Diligent with the Draining Emblem. The first spell card played each turn gets consumed. That's the same thing as we had last time, although we never got to Seraph. And we do start with a bunch of spells. Apply spell weakness to an enemy. The next time the unit is hit by a damage spell, it takes that much damage again for each stack. Okay, so if you have spell weakness 1, they take double damage. 2 is triple damage. Interesting. Ritual of Battle I don't really like, because the 3 cost is very expensive. The Guardian's Amulet has Offering. Offering, if discarded before the end of your turn, it will instead be played. Oh, this has a discard quality to it. So the Stygian Guard probably has things that discard cards. Kind of like some things that you see in other deck builders, where you build around discarding. And you can apply sap to enemy units. All the enemy units in the floor. Those are some pretty weird random starting cards, honestly. And before we go toward anything else, let's look at what we have. Our champion is pretty bad. Oh, we haven't upgraded it yet. We have the Frozen Lance. So the Frozen Lance is replacing the Restores, because apparently Restores are the starting thing that you have with the Awoken. Deal 6 damage to the front enemy unit. And we have Torches, which deal 2 damage to any enemy unit. So we actually have a ton of spells in our deck. And in particular, we have a fair amount of damage spells in our deck. Alright, well, gain an artifact and 15. Let's look at this artifact first. We can gain 7 on the first turn of the battle, or friendly units get +5 health. I feel like the improved firebox might cause us to take a lot more interesting things. So I'm going to get the improved firebox. It might do nothing though. Damage spells cost less on the floor that you have your Tethys Titan's Bane, or Sweep. And when you strike, apply spell weakness to the attacked unit. So I guess next turn you can hit them with spells. I did like Sweep last time. I think Sweep is particularly good, especially because the Frozen Lance can only hit the front, so Sweep can get it so that you hit the back units. I'm going to choose Handheld Totem. And then we could get an artifact. I'm going to be very careful about packed shards here. I'm going to take them only a couple times. Most likely I'm going to take them this time to get an artifact and one more time to remove a unit. I think that's my plan. Let's not go above 50. Don't go above 50, but gaining an artifact at the beginning might be really good. Your Pyre gets more health. Don't know if I care about that. At the end of turn frozen cards are reduced to 0 until played or discarded. The end of turn frozen cards are reduced to 0 until played or discarded. So we don't have anything that applies frozen to cards. I don't like any of these, but I guess if any of them are going to help me much, it's probably going to be Titan's Claws. That might unlock some synergies that we don't know of yet. And the first battle. Heaven's Priests, threat level medium. We definitely want to turn on this. We want to turn on the trials more than we want to get pack shards. I'm going for a win, not a win against the final boss. Let's just go for a win at this point. And I kind of got what I wanted, because the Train Steward can go in front. And we have a ton of energy this turn. So the Train Steward goes in the front. That protects our Tethys Titan's Bane, who will have Rage 10, which means he kills almost everybody. I guess there's no reason not to play Guardian's Amulet. And then we could torch him. There's no reason not to torch the back one, right? Restore 5 health to friendly units after combat, but he won't exist after combat. So, torching this one. Oh, we've got a collector up there. I do like getting the collectors down. Now we've got 3, and we have... We can play most of these cards. For one, we can play the Frozen Lance on the second floor. Frozen Lance on the second floor just takes that guy out. And then I definitely want to defeat the Collector. Getting some gold early could be really effective. And then Energy Siphon, I guess we do that on this one. And then we hit it with a spell. Great. So it's going to die next turn to the Train Steward. Although, I just noticed our champion doesn't have anybody in front of him. That's real bad. That's real bad. And there's not much we can do about it. But we are drawing a Train Steward next turn, so the problem will sort itself out. This guy is dying anyway. I think I would rather apply 10 rage to our little dude here than do anything with this enemy, because he's going to get taken out anyway. So, 10 rage, 41 damage, but almost no health. So, there are problems. One of the problems is we need some Train Stewards. Yep, we definitely need some Train Stewards in front of this guy. If we put another Train Steward in front, then it'll take longer for the Tethys Titan's Bane to be hit. That seems really good. And now we win, so just click the end turn button and win. So this first battle went well, but I'm worried about this deck. I don't think I like the deck. Let's see what we get. Apply Spell Weakness 2. So the Stygian Guard is really about spell damage. Attuned. Multiply the effects of magic power by 5. We don't have anything that gives magic power. Unless the spell weakness gives magic power? No, I don't think so. This one also discards a card at random, which could discard the card that we have that has a discard effect. I definitely don't want another energy siphon right now. I think I want Titan's Gratitude. And do we take a Molting Imp? These honestly seem pretty bad. But the Molting Imp might be something that saves us. I don't know. I think these are pretty bad. I'm going to skip. Resolve, apply armor 5 to friendly units, the Steelworker. And then we have another sweep, but it's a sweep that deals only 1 damage. Granted, it applies spell weakness. I think that I like the Steelworker here, because we just need something that has some beefy health to it to put in front of our champion. It's better than a Train Steward, and it makes the champion survive longer too. Yeah, let's do that. We don't have much. Divine Horde, so we could gain another artifact. The Merchant of Magic seems pretty important, but the Stygian Banner might be more important than a Hellhorned unit. This is unfortunate. If these two at the bottom were swapped, then I would definitely go to the right. I think I do want to click this again. Let's gain an artifact. Oh, and I clicked in the center, but it chose one of the paths. I didn't mean that, but still. When you summon your first imp unit each turn, gain 1 and draw 1. Ooh, that makes getting imp units much better. When you play your 3rd card of the turn, draw 1. That seems pretty good. I don't think I like the Sketches of Salvation. I like to put my units out in a particular order, so having 4 random units I think is not what we want. But the Winged Seal seems really good. That basically means we draw 1 almost every turn, including the first turn where we have more energy. So I think this might be very good. This so far does nothing, unfortunately. And then might as well look at what's in here before we do the rest. I do like the Surge Stone with what we see, and purging cards is really helpful. We could remove Consume from a spell. We don't have a spell that has Consume. Let's get a Hellhorned unit. So as much as I like the multi-strikes, this might not be the time for multi-strike. And I don't think I like having 5 health on these units. Man. Should I skip again? I don't really like skipping this much. We need something. I'm gonna skip though. I don't think I need this. So, the Merchant of Magic. First off, we're going to purge a card. The Guardian's Amulet might actually end up being okay, especially because we gained so much energy on the first turn of the battle. The Train Stewards are still pretty bad, but we need some. I don't like the energy siphons that much. I don't like the frozen lances that much. Would I rather take out a frozen lance or a torch? I think I'd rather take out a frozen lance. And then do we purge another card? Yeah, we do. We take out a trade steward. All right, I do want to purge more cards. Next, I want the Surge Stone. The question is, what do we put the Surge Stone on? Because this is going to get Consume. We could put it on one of the Frozen Lances. I don't want to put it on Titan's Gratitude because I kind of think Titan's Gratitude is something we want to play multiple times. I'm going to put it on one of the Frozen Lances. Make this one actually good. Actually, if I'm doing that, isn't it better to put it on Torch? Because the difference in damage is not that much. And being able to target is so much stronger. So let's put it on a Torch. Don't think I need Emberstone. I mean, could put it on Ritual of Battle, actually. It would make the Rituals of Battle much, much better. Let's do it. Let's spend our money. Alright, and move on to Battle 2. Conduits use their knowledge of your train to ascend more quickly. Okay, so they get to floor 3 pretty easily, but we can also torch them. At the start of battle, enemy units appear on each floor. That's actually pretty good because we have improved Firebox. I'm taking it. Alright, so that's actually a lot of enemies. I didn't expect it would be so many. But these 3 can go up here and it's not entirely bad. The main problem is these have haste and these are doing so much damage. So what we really want to do is put Tethys Titan's Bane up here with a Steelworker in front of him, and we want to put the Ritual Battle on the sweep unit. That allowed us to draw a card, which means we can prevent the Steelworker from dying. We're going to have so many enemies on the top floor next turn. So many enemies on the top floor. I don't think I use this torch. I could, but I don't think I do. I will use Titan's Gratitude. Really the question of whether I use this torch or not. Also, I realize that the spell weakness that he does is pretty meaningless when he's on the top floor. This battle is not going well. Let's defeat a couple of enemies. Do we want to defeat a whole bunch of enemies up here? I think we want to defeat one more here. And then maybe... What does Resolve do? Triggers after combat. So he doesn't actually need to hit him. Because all of these have Rage, they're going to deal less damage when they get to the top than this one does. So I'm going to do this one. Alright. That was not as good as I wanted. Next turn is going to be real scary. How'd you get to the pyre room? Wait a minute. How'd they get all the way to the pyre? The room has reached the unit limit on one of its side. For that side, effects like Ascend and Descend will fail. The enemy side is full. Enemies moving up the train will bypass the room. That's how she got to the top. She bypassed the room because the room was full. Ick. So we can apply sap to enemy units, which would make it so that none of those enemies deal any damage. But then we can't do anything else. It might still be a good idea. On the other hand, we could deal 6 damage to a couple. No, we're doing sap. And then we just end our turn. Just take them all out at once. A brief respite. So during this brief respite, we want something to die at the top. Probably this one. We're going to apply enemy a spell weakness on anything. We're going to do it on this one. So why don't we start with this? We're playing these because there's no reason to play them on any other unit. And that means we can use a torch here, which will kill this unit. And then we draw a card. Apply 10 Rage. Is that better than playing 2 Trained Stewards at the bottom? I don't think so. I think we should play 2 Trained Stewards at the bottom so that we deal a little bit of damage to the boss and possibly defeat some units down there. Okay. We have a torch which can take out either the back one or this one. I feel like there's not much reason to take out this Conduit Infiltrator because we're probably getting to the top anyway, but it gives us another turn. We want to play Titan's Gratitude in such a way that it hits this guy. So maybe what we do is we kill the front one with the Frozen Lance. We kill the back one with a torch. And then we use Titan's Gratitude to deal a little bit of damage here. Spell weakness 1 doesn't do anything. But he has some spell weakness now. And we get another turn to prepare for when he gets to the top. Okay. Well, we'll start with Energy Siphon. And then a Frozen Lance. That took away the spell weakness too. The Trained Steward would do nothing, so let's do another Frozen Lance. That'll draw us a card. And then we can do a torch. Okay. I think he's going to hit the pyre a few times. This is not going well. He doesn't even die. Energy Siphon is a must. The Ritual of Battle, probably a really good one to do. And that means we win. Alright, we win. That battle went very poorly. The trial was a lot worse than I thought it would be. But we still won, and having won, that means that we get more gold, and I don't think I care too much about the 10 damage taken. So I think it was overall a good idea, but it was a lot more concerning than I expected it to be first. Deal 25 damage to the front enemy unit twice. Ooh, Offering Attuned. Deal 60 damage to the front enemy unit and push it to the back. So I want to get more offering ones because of the Titan's Gratitude. And I don't mind getting some 3-cost things because of the improved firebox. So let's get the Crypt Builder. Vent could be good. I think I don't want the imps. I think I'm going to take a vent. But I'm a little bit worried about how many cards I'm taking. Alright, we're definitely not going there. I think I want a Stygian unit banner more than what I want the Merchant of Steel and the Pyre Remains. So we're going this side. And then Concealed Caverns, let's go there first. In the Concealed Caverns, we find a fissure in the ice forces the Bone Shaker to stop. You've seen cracks like this before, often allowing you to multiply your forces through some ancient magic, but this one is different. Unstable. Throwing something into the fissure could have unusual side effects, while just absorbing the energy from afar could have a more expected effect. How do you approach the fissure? So we can copy a card, or we can copy a card 5 times. Oh my. Do we want to copy a card 5 times? I don't think I want 5 extra copies of any of these cards. But I do think I want another copy of Titan's Gratitude. So I'm just going to absorb from afar and copy Titan's Gratitude. Even from a safe distance, the energy is almost too strong to endure, but it has the intended consequence of duplicating your forces. Now let's get an artifact. Yeah, let's get an artifact first. Faulty Loader, apply Dazed 3 and Melee Weakness 1 to enemy units on the bottom floor in the first wave of combat. I don't think we need this when we have the improved firebox. But Concussive Coals was great last run, and I think it could be very good this run too. The Dazed is great. Concussive Coals. And now a Stygian unit. What does incant mean? When you trigger a spell on the floor, when you play a spell on this floor, it gets extra rage. I like that. I like it more than this one. Let's get the Nameless Siren. And we're going against Talos the Architect. This could be hard. I don't think I like the deck that we've made very much yet. Knock back whoever she hits. Enemy units enter with armor 5. Talos attacks every turn and pushes attacked units back. So I think that changes the order of the units we have in the train. Which is not great, because usually you want to put something in the front to protect it, and that gets pushed back. So, what do we do here? I usually like the sweep unit at the bottom. And actually, the Steelworker along with our Tethys Titan's Bane works pretty well. Let's do that. So the Steelworker is going to be in front. We're going to stack up the first floor, because the Concussive Coals makes it so that when you stack up the first floor, it works pretty well. And no reason not to put the Nameless Siren here, too. Yeah. I don't like that we drew a torch. I kind of wanted something else. But in any event, we are going to use the Ritual of Battle on the one that has sweep. And there's no reason not to play both of these because it increases the Nameless Siren. Although, I don't think it's valuable to torch Talos the Architect for 2. Torch doesn't do anything here except proc the incant. So let's do that. Great. Okay, I like that you're here. I like you being at the bottom. We didn't draw the thing that discards a card, so we can't force the Guardian's Amulet to be discarded. But we could play it just to apply sap. I mean, what else is useful to play, honestly? I don't think anything else is that useful. So let's apply spell weakness to somebody. And then let's play the Guardian's Amulet. We are going to apply another spell weakness. So I don't think applying 2 spell weakness to this one is that important, but it might be for the boss. So the boss is getting a spell weakness, and we're going to sap here so that we don't take very much damage. How did we beat that one? Maybe we used the incant and it got high enough that we defeated that unit down there. Anyway. Right now, we're taking almost no damage down here. One of the things that we could do is use the Crypt Builder to just deal a whole bunch of damage to the boss and not worry about these 2 units. I don't think I care enough to play Train Stewards anywhere. The Ritual of the Battle would mean he would be a lot stronger. And then we could play Vent down here. Making him a lot stronger is useful. Alright, I'm going to keep going with making the bottom really strong. I think. Yeah, I'm going to keep going with making the bottom really strong. So that makes it so that those enemies get destroyed. I'm going to put a Train Steward here so that we do a little bit of damage to Talos. And then I'm going to play a vent for 0 down here, which I believe will trigger the incant. It does. Oh, and it draws Energy Siphon, which allows me to... I could trigger the incant again, or I could put even more spell weakness. I think I want to put even more spell weakness on the boss. The boss is at the top. We could deal, I think, 100 damage to the boss this turn with the Titan's Gratitude. And there's really nothing happening at the bottom, so I don't see a reason not to do that. Yeah. These guys aren't even attacking because they're dazed and this guy has 0 attack power. So let's use the Titan's Gratitude up here. If it discards the Guardian thing, then I'm fine with that. I just don't want it to discard the other Titan's Gratitude. Oh great, so we also sapped. Now, what we do is we place another Train Steward here and use another Titan's Gratitude on the boss. There we go. Bottom floor gets crushed. And then I like seeing you on the bottom floor, because you will get crushed down here. I believe what I want to do is play Energy Siphon, and then Ritual of Battle. So let's do that. We're going to Energy Siphon her a couple more times, so that the next time we hit her with a spell, it's going to be pretty significant. But we're not going to hit her with these lousy spells. Instead, we're going to do this. And we don't want to play this because I think that might take off the spell weakness. And we don't want to do that. Great, so here is the final go. And we can just click end turn. You know what, we're already winning, so let's just click end turn. That battle went very well. We get 75 gold, we get Hoarfrost Effigy. Transfer all Frostbite on this floor to a unit, then double the amount of Frostbite. Frostbite is like poison from Slay the Spire. I really like poison, but unfortunately I have nothing else that gives Frostbite. This is the first time I've seen Frostbite. I do like that. I definitely don't care about Impulate. And I don't care about Hoarfrost Effigy as the first thing. So maybe we play Spike of the Stygian. It could be extremely good first turn with the improved Firebox. I will take it. I don't know how good it's going to be. Could take another Nameless Siren. I do feel like we need a couple more units in the deck. Ooh, apply 3 Frostbite. Hey, there we go. Incant, gain multi-strike 1. Resolve, remove all status effects. Does this get like a ridiculous amount of multi-strike? Like every time you play something, the multi-strike goes up by 1? It could be. I kind of want to take it just to try that out, but I'm going to take the Cold Celia. And then we definitely need Fell's Remorse with what we've done up here and what we have put in our deck. We need Fell's Remorse. So, the Divine Temple, I'm not going to do. We can remove 2 cards, duplicate a card, gain a Hellhorned unit. I don't care about the Pyre Remains. The 75 gold is good. I think I'd rather go to the Merchant of Magic than get a Hellhorned unit. But I really like the Unstable Vortex. So let's start this way. And I think the first thing that we want to do is upgrade the champion. See what the options are there. So we could make it so that it applies more spell weakness. Or we could make our damage spells cost 1 less. How many damage spells do we have? There's one. We have several damage spells. That would mean that these cost 0. I don't know what it would do for the X spells that we have. I'm interested. That would make it so that we care more about getting draw effects. The spell weakness 2 is pretty good too, but honestly, I really like putting this guy in the back and having him sweep the units away. So let's do the Conduit. Now, these two, we kind of know what the possibilities are, so let's see what the possibilities are here. Steelworker. Actually, this is exactly what I want. I want another unit to put in front of my other units. And then let's go to the Unstable Vortex. These ended up being better than I thought they were. The Frozen Lances are still pretty bad. I think I'm going to get rid of this Rage. I like the other one just fine. But I think this Rage is too expensive, and there's not enough characters that I care to put it on. So one Rage gone. And then the Train Stewards are still really bad in this deck. Now, who are we duplicating? We could duplicate Cold Celia. Unfortunately, we're duplicating... Actually, we could duplicate this Rage. A 2-cost Rage card is so much better. It kind of feels weird to take one out and then put another one back in, though. Another option is duplicate the Crypt Builder. Or the Guardian's Amulet. I think I like the Crypt Builder now that we have two things that discard. I'm not thrilled by the deck, but I think it is getting better. Enemy units enter with armor 15. That has not bothered me so far. Hasn't bothered me so far, and that is a lot of cash. Let's take the trial. This might be the last time that we take the trial, though. Alright. Spike of the Stygian. We can apply a ton of Frostbite. We will apply a ton of Frostbite, but first, let's put our Tethys Titan's Bane in the back. Let's put the Steelworker in front of him. And who would we like to Energy Siphon? It kind of doesn't matter, right? I guess let's Energy Siphon this one. And then we draw a card. It's a lousy Train Steward. I do want Cold Celia to be at the bottom, I think. So we'll put Cold Celia here, and honestly, I guess we'll put the Train Steward here, and then we'll use the Spike of the Stygian on this guy. We could just not play this turn, because right now it just kind of takes out one enemy that's dazed. And I just realized that they are getting all the way to floor 3. Take out this guy. Alright. We're not technically defeating them this turn, but I think they get defeated next turn because of the Frostbite. If I understand the Frostbite, takes 2 damage at the end of the turn. Didn't you apply 3 Frostbite? So you applied Frostbite and then they took the 3 Frostbite. Okay. Well, fine. We want the Steelworker. Where do we want the Steelworker? Probably the top, unfortunately. Because a lot of things get to the top. We do a lot of things against the front unit, but not a lot against the back unit. I do want to play this against the front unit here, but I'd really like to do it with a discard, and we can't force that to happen. What we can do is play the Steelworker. then play... Then do what? The Crypt Builder here. Now he dies, which means he only goes to the floor 2. We could torch this one. Torching this one means that he doesn't make it any further. And then let's hope that the Train Steward gets discarded. Darn. Unlucky. We did lose the gold up there. I didn't really see a way to get it that didn't cost like 3 cards in our hand. Okay, this is one that we want. We want the Rage 10 on our sweep unit. Actually, it could go on either sweep unit. It doesn't matter which sweep unit it is on, so let's put it on the back one. And then what? We're going to use an energy siphon somewhere. I would love to play this somewhere, and then use the energy siphon on the same floor. So we will do that. We'll use energy siphon here, which gives her some power. Actually, the consume deal 22 damage here is not too bad, because I do want to do a bunch of damage to this guy. And then let's torch him as well. Okay. Not the most amazing turn, but it was something. Now, I keep thinking that we want to use this, and we don't because the enemies are not dealing much damage. You are dying. You are not dying. And you're killing this guy. We could kill him with the Crypt Builder. Could kill him with the Crypt Builder, deal with these guys next turn when they have more spell weakness. I like that plan. So the Crypt Builder is going to take out this one. All brain, no brawn. Have a spell deal at least 120 damage in one hit. Alright. New achievement. The Frozen Lances are easy. You just Frozen Lance a couple times. And we get a torch. Alright. We will play Vent. And we will play a torch. I realize that this one, the Nameless Siren, and the Tethys Titan's Bane should really be on the same floor. That is something that I've learned in this battle. Torch. Nobody's really getting to the top, but I think a couple of these guys might. Well, we can do an energy siphon. An energy siphon up here would be very effective. The Crypt Builder already kills this guy, though. So we probably want to energy siphon him. So the Crypt Builder happens first. Then we energy siphon this one. and then we Titan's Gratitude it, which causes us to draw a card, and then we can't play that card. Oh, we can play that card. How about that? Give her a little bit more rage. Don't know how well we're going to do against the boss. The final wave. Right, and we need to take out this guy. He's being taken out. We can apply 10 more rage. That is very nice to see. Let's apply 10 more rage. And then it would be nice if the Titan's Gratitude discarded something other than Titan's Gratitude. And it did. So now we can play Vent to do 4 damage. Doesn't do much, but why not? And then we can play this one, and we can play that one. So we don't defeat him this turn, but he'll have melee weakness. Or not melee weakness, spell weakness next turn. So we should hopefully be able to defeat him next turn. I'm noticing that the Stygian Guard, because of the spell weakness, you don't necessarily win the first time, but you win the next time. Because look how much spell weakness this enemy has. He's got 8 spell weakness. Alright, how much damage is this one gonna do? 540 damage. Bam. Got him. Next. I don't really care about the sap that much. Ooh, the Glacial Seal. I like the Glacial Seal. I like the Glacial Seal. Impalate still pretty bad. Rage Serum is fine. The Branding Right is weird. It deals 5 damage, and that damage is piercing, but it also applies 20 armor. I think I'm going to skip these. Next. We can remove 2 more cards. That's pretty important. I care about the right side more than the left side. And we're not going there. So, let's look at what the Merchant of Trinkets has. When a card with Consume is played, it deals 30 damage to the front enemy unit. Not too bad. Spells getting an extra upgrade slot that would affect me if I actually upgraded my spells. Before each battle, set the Pyre health to 50. If this reduces Pyre health, gain 3 for each health lost. Ick. That's weird. I might re-roll those. Let's see what's in the Concealed Caverns. The Bone Shaker barely even stops before a scrawny winged scavenger starts talking. You know, I got this feeling I can't shake that we've met already in another life, lots of times in fact. Like we just keep doing this over and over and over again, but just go on, resetting and forgetting. Makes you think about our existence and the larger purpose here, you know? Your everyday medical-physical despair kind of stuff. Anyway, why don't I help you ruffle those feathers, eh? Okay, so we can get, for the greater good, summon a friendly rebel unit to the front of this floor. Interesting. I don't know if I have something. I don't think a little ruffle will be enough. Upgrade a unit. I think I like that. I don't know what this one does, and I think we might have to have a friendly rebel unit in order to use it, so it might do nothing. So I'm going to do this one. Okay, I hear you. Give them the old-fashioned Hellborn talking to, am I right? They bring a knife, you bring a sword. They bring a winged, you bring a bigger demon. Look, the metaphor is a bit of a work in progress, but you get the idea. If you want them to hurt, you're going to need some bite, so pick your poison. Upgrade a unit with Strike, apply melee weakness 1. Upgrade a unit with summon, apply sap 4 to enemy units. You know, none of them really do much for what I wanted, but the sap might be good. It might be good. Who are we going to do this for? Cold Cassilia? We could do it on the Glacial Seal. And give it a sap stone. I mean, I think that makes the Glacial Stone better. It's certainly better, it's just I don't know if it has much effect. Merchant of Trinkets. I do want some trinkets. The Trader's Quill might be good. I don't have many consume cards, but in the final battle we'll have some more consume cards. I want to re-roll. Let's re-roll, get 3 more options. Friendly units enter with armor 5. Could be good. That could be good. Let's get Scorched Steel. And then I probably want to purge a card. We're going to remove 3 cards, by the way, because we're also removing cards elsewhere. The cards that are the worst are the Torches and the Train Stewards. Remove the Torch. And then we get to remove 2 more. So one of those is definitely going to be a Train Steward. The second one I have to think about. What card do I dislike drawing the most? Probably Train Steward? Yes. Alright, next battle. Harvesters of Death. Non-boss enemy units enter with spikes 4. That would be bad for us. I am not going to click that one. We don't want that one. Huh. Well, we know a couple things that we're going to do. We're going to play Tethys Titan's Bane on the bottom, because playing him on the bottom is good. Unfortunately, we need to do something else on the bottom. We could do Guardian's Amulet, we could deal a bunch of damage. I think the Guardian's Amulet we're going to play. And then I want to play a 3rd card before I play Cold Celia. Which means it's not going to be Vent, so it's going to be Torch. We're going to torch the back guy. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. This is another card that I would like to be at the bottom with Tethys Titan's Bane. You're going to be there. Cold Celia. Cold Celia could be on the next floor. And then we are going to vent here. Great. I think that's a decent first turn. We at least used all of our what is this called? Ember? Because we had an X-Cost card. So the Steel Worker is the reason that I didn't put this down here. I wanted a Steel Worker down here. Let's start with that. How much do we care about the Steel Worker being here? Or would we rather use Titan's Gratitude and potentially discard a Steelworker. I think we want to do that. It discarded the thing that I did not want it to discard. Okay. What can you do? That means that this Steelworker is going to go up here. And this is good. So now... Oh no, it's not the Gratitude. It doesn't actually discard this one. Darn. Well, sadly some things that turn didn't go the way I hoped they would go. But no bother. We still defeat everything because we have Sweep. We can apply Frostbite to somebody. And we could do Crypt Builder. This is the one that we probably should do something to. Unfortunately, Crypt Builder would cost 3 up there. It would defeat him, though. How much do we care about taking out this guy versus taking out this guy? I mean, they're very similar. I think what we care the least about is where the torch goes. So let's put spell weakness here. Let's use the Frozen Lance, which doesn't really do much. And let's use the torch, which could take this guy out. I really just want to play it so that we draw a card. Torch this guy. The Glacial Seal. So I want the Glacial Seal to be here. So you know what that means? We're going to place the Glacial Seal here. We are going to play the Crypt Builder here. I think. Actually, it doesn't really do much, but it's not like we can play it here. The question is, would we rather apply more Frostbite to this one, or play the Crypt Builder to take this one out? I think I'd rather play the Crypt Builder here, take that one out, and then we'll do this for 0 on one of these. I think I want the Frostbite more than the Rage right now. I don't like how that one is getting higher up. So step 1, we've got to do this. That makes it so that we have less problems when we get to floor 2. You have 3 sap. So you're not doing any damage this turn. You will do some damage when you get to the top, but not much. We could energy siphon a couple times and then vent. Where would I like to do that? Why don't we energy siphon a couple times here? Oh, okay. So this is nice. Now we can vent here or here. Doesn't matter too much. Let's vent down here. And then we can do Titan's Gratitude, which discards this, which means it's played. How'd you get so much armor? I know you have a thing. Triggers when a unit on this floor dies, gain armor 10, but how did you... Did you already have that much armor? I don't know. So, you made it to the top, and you dealt a little bit of damage to our pyre. We can force it so that one of the crypt builders gets played. And I would want the crypt builder to be played on this floor, maybe. We target nothing? No. So I want to play 1, 2, 3. What does that mean we actually do? I guess what we do is we play this down here? It does, okay. And then we have to target somebody with this one. So we'll target you. Right? Or we could just hit one of our guys randomly. And that way it costs 0. And then we can use Titan's Gratitude on this floor, which will use the Crypt Builder. And then we still have enough to play the other Crypt Builder on this floor. There we go. And then we can incant this one more time. Very nice. That was a pretty complex turn, but it worked out very well. Now, Energy Siphon is definitely important. We will use the Ritual of Battle on you. We will Frozen Lance you. We should have played the Frozen Lance before we played the Titan's Gratitude. Alright, well, we'll use the Titan's Gratitude now. And it didn't discard this one, unfortunately. That's what I wanted it to do. I really should have played this, because the sap does so much here. Oh well. I didn't play that turn as well as it could be, but we're still doing a fair amount of damage to this boss. And it's getting a lot of spell weakness. So next turn, we're going to be able to do a ton of damage to it. Yeah. We can use Energy Siphon and then Crypt Builder. Alright. I think the 2-turn boss rush is going to be the way with the Stygians. Fly, Frostbite 6, another Glacial Seal. I don't think I want the Drain. I think I'm going to skip these. And I've seen these, all 3 of these before, and I skipped them, so we're going to continue skipping them. So the right side has the Merchant of Steel, and the left side has Herzl's Horde and the Hellvent. The other things, I don't know if they're that impactful. So I'm going to go left, and we're going to hope for a good artifact. 25% chance to deal 5 damage when an enemy unit enters your train. It's pretty small. Cards in reward packs and unit banners come with a random upgrade. It's pretty late for this, but I think it's still good. And then, what do we duplicate? Honestly, I don't know. We could duplicate the Spike of the Stygian. I think I am going to duplicate that. That's the spell I most want to duplicate. And fell the Wings of Light. Not sure about this one. Although the threat level is low. Alabaster Guardians have multi-strike. Bell empowers units with rage. So the Alabaster Guardians are actually a problem this time. They do 0 times 2. And they're all dazed. Wait a minute, how much rage? You did 3 rage? That's a lot. Is Herzl aboard? No, he's not. I definitely want Tethys Titan's Bane and the Steelworker on the bottom floor. Let's start with that. And then, what do we play before we draw? This. Because I want to push this one back before we play Titan's Gratitude, since it's dazed. So the strike applies Frostbite. We could apply Frostbite on a different floor. I do like the Incant one on the floor with Tethys Titan's Bane. So I think I'm going to build kind of like I did last time, where we're going to put the Frostbite on floor 2. And then... Wait a minute, you didn't get pushed back. Immobile. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. I really intended to push you back. Titan's Gratitude will take it out. But I wanted to do more damage to that one. We can do some damage to that one. And then Titan's Gratitude takes out the bottom Alabaster Guardian. Although it's dying anyway. But it's dying and this guy's 10 attack is going to it. I'd rather his 10 attack go there. So this is basically dealing 10 to that one. Or we could do 25 to this one. Which might be more important. Because we want this one to die pretty quickly. Let's do that. We didn't get an X-Cost card the first turn. That's unfortunate. So you went there. I'm actually happy you went there. Oh, here's our Nameless Siren. So the Nameless Siren goes here. That's important. You are a problem. I don't know when we're going to deal with you. It's not going to be this turn, though. So if it's not going to be this turn, what we can do instead is Energy Siphon and Rage. Rage is important. Let's put the Rage on. And then we can do Energy Siphon somewhere. Kind of want to put it on this one. Or the boss. Maybe the way that we win this one is by Energy Siphoning the boss a whole bunch of times. I will play Energy Siphon next so that we draw a card. Man, I need to prevent other guys from getting to the pyre. Like this one. Although I guess when he gets to the top, he's not going to do a whole lot of damage. So let's not worry about that one. Let's worry about this one and the boss. I'm going to use Energy Siphon on the boss. Spike of the Stygian. not what I wanted to see. Which means what we're going to do is we're going to play a Steelworker here. And we're going to play Vent down here just for the incant value. I'm not going to play this because it's Consume, and I actually think I might want the Sap and Frostbite sometime. Or the Clip. Oh no, he gained more rage. Didn't think about that was going to happen. So you have Sweep, and you have a lot of life, but you're dazed. You are not dying this turn, because this guy doesn't kill you. Nobody here is dying this turn. I just don't like that he's going to deal, I think, 22 damage to our Pyre. That's what I'm unhappy with. And you are going to enrage that guy again. How do I stop those things from happening? I'm not sure. Let's start with energy siphoning the boss. And then I think I want to use the torch down here so that you don't get 6 damage. And then the Frozen Lance is going somewhere. We could put the Frozen Lance there. Or there. Frozen Lance here is fine. Let's see what card we draw. Okay, Titan's Gratitude. I think either of these being played on this floor would be really nice. I'm going to play Titan's Gratitude here and see which one gets discarded and therefore played. Alright, that worked out. Now, who are we going to sap? We could sap him. Sap him. Make it so he does less damage. You get 2 hits in against our Pyre. Our Pyre is actually losing health slowly. Both of the bottom ones are dazed, which is wonderful. We finally drew our Glacial Seal. And you're making it to the top. And I think you might enrage him again before he gets there, which is real bad. Yeah. But we can't put the Glacial Seal up there. That would be bad. We could Sap and Frostbite you. We could play a Titan's Gratitude with potentially only one thing in our hand, but we'd have to play it here. So let's start with Glacial Seal here. And then a Frozen Lance. Here. Here. That means that you die. And then I am going to apply 1 Sap and 5 Frostbite to somebody. It could be you. Right now you are at 47 plus 16 is 63. So if we apply 5 more Frostbite, you do 1 less attack against our Pyre. Okay. And then we can do this. And we can do this, which applies sap to those guys. We're not doing great. We are doing something. Don't like how many of them are getting to the top. We still have 3 waves remaining, too. So you are a problem. You are a problem that could be solved with a crypt builder. You are also a problem. You we can at least do Titan's Gratitude on. So let's solve this problem first. Energy Siphon, Crypt Builder. That solves that problem. Now we can do a Torch. We can do Spike of the Stygian. Let's start with Torch. What would we like to torch? It's a pretty small effect, so let's just hit this. Ah, we can't afford that. So that means we're going to apply some Frostbite to the boss. And then we're going to make it so that this guy doesn't get to the next floor. Next, you have enraged the Alabaster Guardian that nobody is looking at. Alright, I'll accept that. You have 4 spell weakness. We could make that 5. I like that. More spell weakness there. Both of you are dazed, so we don't need to do much. I guess let's do this and a Crypt Builder. Now everybody's dying here. I want to play the vent up here, because it doesn't do much anywhere else. And it does 4 damage to the boss here. Oh no, we don't want to do that, because the boss has the spell weakness. We want to use big spells against the boss. So I guess what we want is just to incant this one a bunch. So incant, incant. There. 2 waves remaining. That wave was not a very special wave, let me tell you. I was expecting something much more dangerous for this wave. We could do Crypt Builder, but I don't want to. We will definitely use Ritual of Battle. Right there. Then what? I guess we just use spells. So the Frozen Lance, Torch, apply another spell weakness to the boss, and then we do this one, which plays both of these. Alright, now we're doing 123 to Boss Lady. It's very weird for my units not to be leveling up a whole bunch during the battle, because that's how I've played this game every other time. Now, we have a Crypt Builder that we can use with 7 spell weakness. We're definitely doing that. So let's start there. Bam, 480 damage. Next, Frozen Lance, a Torch. See what we draw. We drew another Crypt Builder, that's excellent. we can Vent and then Titan's Gratitude. We're still dying here, or we're still not winning here, but it does mean that we're going to apply a whole bunch of spell weakness again, and this boss is going to be at a whole lot less health. So I think we're still going to win. Let's see how much spell weakness we actually put on her this time. Only 4. I was hoping for more than 4. Huh. We did not draw the thing that I wanted to draw. And it's not in our draw pile. I wanted to draw another Crypt Builder, obviously. We can at least apply spell weakness. The question is, do we do it at the beginning of this turn or at the end of this turn? Because if we do it at the end, next turn we could use... Oh, we can't use the Crypt Builder on her. Next turn. Oh, that's actually bad. Huh. So let's do spell weakness now. Then what? The biggest spell that we have is this one. Yep, that's the biggest spell that we have. We should definitely play it. Unfortunately, we can't force it to discard this one, but we might get it to discard that one. So, apply the Rage to the back unit. And then we hope that this discards the Guardian's Amulet. It did not, but we do win, so we win. Oh man, these are close battles. Don't know how we're going to do against battles 7 and 8. "26 damage taken. That's a fair amount. So, double the amount of armor of a unit, but it costs 4. Holy cow. Oh, it has the Eternal Stone automatically in it. What does this have? Gain Permafrost. What does Permafrost mean? Gain Frozen when drawn. Oh man. Technically this is better than the other ones that we have, but it's not a lot better. The Emberstone giving this -1 makes it so that it does do a +1. I like that it works correctly that way. I guess we want another spike of the Stygian. I guess we could get a spike of the Hellhorned because again of the improved firebox. I think I'm going to get the spike of the Stygian though. So frozen cards, they will not be discarded. At the end of turn, frozen cards are reduced to 0 until played or discarded. That doesn't affect an X cost, I don't think. And our deck greatly needs more Ember, all the time. Except for the first turn. There is a Merchant of Magic. I think we really need the Merchant of Magic. We do not need Divine Boons. So, Merchant of Magic, and what does our champion get? I think we want the Handheld Totem 2, more than the Conduit 2. Because -2 on damage spells doesn't do a whole lot of them cost 1 anyway, but the Spell Weakness 2 does a whole bunch. Yeah, let's do apply Spell Weakness 2 to the Handheld Totem 2. Get some money, restore some higher health, that's actually very helpful right now, and the Merchant of Magic. So we can give a spell Permafrost so that it is frozen. That would help with this. we could give one of the discard ones, one of the offering ones, like a Crypt Builder, Permafrost. That might be very nice. Upgrade a spell with 20 magic power and consume. So I think I want Freestone on a Crypt Builder. Let's start there. And then Surge Stone. Is there something we would like Surge Stone on? Probably the Torch, because it gets rid of another torch in our deck. And mostly we want those torches to be gone. Yeah, let's do a Surge Stone on a torch. Just make a way for the torch to go away on its own. And then let's reroll. Double stack +1. Let's look at double stack again. Double stack status effect stacks added by the card are doubled. So that would help with the Ritual of Battle, and maybe that's it. That might be good enough. We use that a lot. It does help with the spike of the Stygian too. I'm gonna put it on the Ritual of Battle. And then we've already done the reroll, which means I probably should have bought the other Emberstone that was here, but let's buy this one. And let's make the Crypt Builder cheaper. Or let's make a Spike of the Stygian cheaper. Could put it on the Permafrost one, but the idea of the Permafrost one is that the frost itself makes it cheaper. So let's put it here. And then I actually think a Surge Stone on one of these Frozen Lances would be great, because it causes it to consume itself. And then let's go. The Penitent. Start of battle, enemy units appear on each floor. Let's not do that. That was scary on the first time that we did that. Trample. Trample's not great. He has a ton of health and a lot of damage. I don't like how much damage the boss does. Our deck is not very good at avoiding damage from the boss. So we actually got these three in our opening hand. That sets up the bottom floor very nicely. We will place you there, you in the front, and you right there. Now, we've got two consumes, which means we just get rid of them. I'm okay with that. So, consume. Gone. And then consume this one too. And then apply 50 Frostbite and 10 Sap. Alright, you're going to die very quickly. The Ritual of Battle is necessary on the bottom floor. You're dying from Frostbite. And then the second Steelworker, it's good to put that one out. This one is important. Let's do that first. The fact that you still don't die bothers me. I don't think I'm going to play this one this turn. I am going to play the Steelworker. The question is where. I might put him at the top. I mean, it's not because of the Collector, it's because I don't know if the center is going to be a great place to put units this time. I mean, it still could be, because of the Glacial Seal. Okay, I've changed my mind. Steelworker goes in the center. The Frozen Lance is just going to be used right here, and let's draw a card. Okay. I hope you discard this one, because I'm definitely playing you. Oh, great. So it sapped them as well. And you are remaining in my hand. I wonder if this is going to cause... No, it just reduces to 0, which doesn't do much.
Bye.
So the bottom 4 again is sort of a problem, but luckily the fact that he's in front doesn't do too much, because we still do the sweep to all of them. Could also do a vent to do 10 damage. 10 damage is not that much. You are kind of a problem. I do want to play Cold Celia. I want to play Cold Celia up here. I want to play this one. And I don't care too much which one it discards. It discarded the Frozen one. That was the one I least wanted it to, but I didn't care too much, like I said. I'm going to use a torch here. Get rid of the torch out of our deck. Draw a Crypt Builder. Okay. I like the Crypt Builder. That means if we play this, then he goes to the back, which means you take a whole lot more damage. And then you... we could give you 10 Frostbite, which would mean you would die. I like that. It consumes the card, though, whereas Vent doesn't consume, and I would rather have Vent consume. I'm going to use the Spike of the Stygian, though. And then we can still play Vent down here and cause the Incant to happen again. So you will die next turn from Frostbite. We deal a bunch of damage there. I like that they're dazed. They're basically always dazed. I will probably use a Crypt Builder down here. Which means... this guy's taken care of. That one, we want to play the Glacial Seal back here, so that the Incants do something. If we play the Crypt Builder, he doesn't quite die, but the Crypt Builder plus the Frozen Lance would kill him. So Frozen Lance, Crypt Builder. Oh no. We don't have the energy. I would love to play that right here. Oh no. I'm so sad that I drew that card. Okay, so who do we want to incant the most? I guess you're not too problematic because we could hit you with almost any spell and kill you. Let's incant once down here. Should have put it on that guy. Whoops. And then let's incant once here. No. Let's incant down here. So, almost every floor has a problem. The problem here is we just need to play one thing that deals with that floor. There's almost nothing that we have that deals with that. This one does. Can't do much about this one this turn. We just didn't draw something that deals with him unless we play that. You at least are relatively easy. Let's use a Titan's Gratitude on this one. Darn, it discarded one that I didn't want it to discard. I guess what we could do is play... Let's play the Titan's Gratitude up here. Or not. He only does 4 damage. But there's not much I can do down here anyway, so the Titan's Gratitude is going to be played up here. And then we do get the Crypt Builder. The Crypt Builder is great. And I do want to play it. Swapping their order is very nice. A brief respite. Okay, we will definitely play this one. That's important. So of all the things that we're doing this turn, that's probably the most important. You we don't care about. You're in the front, you're not taking enough damage yet, but one attack kills you. And mostly we don't want to get rid of this card this turn. So let's do one attack. Great. Then we get to keep this for next turn when the boss comes out. As well as this one, and it will decrease in cost. Nephil the Wingless. Okay, Shard Enhanced, Trample. Trample really hurts here. I'm dealing him 590. It's pretty good. Also, we can apply a whole bunch of spell weakness and then hit him with a Crypt Builder. Hit him with a 0-cost Crypt Builder. Let's do that. And then 0-cost Crypt Builder. Bam. Want to play that too. Let's play that. And then what? Definitely the Frozen Lance, no reason not to. Definitely the Crypt Builder. And then Spike of the Stygian. That one sap that we're applying here might be very effective. And then Vent, just for the incant value. We are going to win. Great. One more battle after this one, and we can win the whole thing. Uh-oh, he had 1 life left when he dealt the last damage there, putting on 10 spell weakness. Alright, let's put on some more spell weakness. Let's hit him real hard. 325. Alright, 2-turn boss rush seems to be the way. Permafrost applies silence, disables triggered abilities. Huh. Disables triggered abilities. Quick incant, apply 1 Armor 1 to friendly units. Armor 1? That's so insignificant, right? Holdover. When played, this card is placed on top of your draw pile. Deal 1 to a random enemy unit 5 times. That doesn't do very much. I don't actually want that to go on top. This one's interesting. disables triggered abilities. And we can play it over and over again. Against a boss, this might be really, really important. I will take it. Consume Permafrost, apply Rage 3. Return a random consumed card. That's actually not too bad. Deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to 4 times the amount of armor on friendly units. It's okay. It might be really good because of the particular things that we have in our deck. The Steelworkers, I think. I'm considering this Rage Serum, actually, even though I've not used it in the past. I think I want it. I don't like adding another 0 cost because I really want to draw some good things at the first part. So we could go to the Divine Horde and gain 15 only. The Merchant of Trinkets is here no matter what. What would we remove from our deck if we removed something from our deck? Frozen Lance? I think we actually do want that Frozen Lance in the deck. Duplicate any card except your champion. What would I duplicate? The Permafrost Crypt Builder? That seems pretty good. Alright, let's go to the left. Let's start with money. I am considering the Divine Horde, but the artifact could be meaningless, and I don't think I can afford that. Let's look at the Merchant of Steel. Upgrade a unit with Incant, gain armor 2. Ooh. Ooh. We're going to get that runestone, certainly. Then Merchant of Trinkets. Cheater's Hand. Consumed Crown is also pretty good. The problem with these is they're expensive. Oh, when you play your third spell of the turn, all cards gain +1 magic power for the rest of the battle. Taking it. Which means we don't have enough for most other things. We're done with that. And we are going to double our Crypt Builder, I think. Yeah, the Permafrost Crypt Builder. We're doubling that. And then we can't really afford a reroll. So it's going to be the Runestone and the Battlestone. Unless we don't care about the Battlestone very much, and then we would just do the Runestone a reroll and see what else comes out. So at least do the Runestone. So putting this on the Steelworker is really good. Putting it on the Steelworker. Because the Steelworker goes in front. And then re-roll, and then something, or just the Battlestone. Let's re-roll. I think I'd rather have the Heartstone. And I really want to put the Heartstone on this one. The problem with this is I might not draw it in the first 2 turns. I still want it. So we really want to draw that Steelworker early in the battle. And here we go. Seraph the Diligent. Last battle. First spell card played each turn gets Consume. We knew that from the beginning. Don't know how much I really built my deck because of that. This does not purge itself. Oh man, that is terrible. So we definitely want Tethys Titan's Bane on the bottom. The problem is, right now we're putting Cold Celia in front. You have multi-strike 2. Ick. So right now we're definitely doing this. No matter what, we're doing that. I see no reason not to do this one, because we have so much energy. And then, if we're going to consume a card, I want to consume this one. We did not draw what I wanted to draw. Still, that means that you are going down here, so that you protect our champion. And then we energy siphon probably the bots. Yeah. We energy siphon the boss. And then we play Titan's Gratitude down here. And we're very sad that we lost Cold Celia the first turn. And that we have 10 Ember that we couldn't spend. Okay, here's our Steelworker. Steelworker has to go down here. That's important. The torch that has Consume on it will be the first spell that we play, which means that it will be consumed. That's exactly what we want. So let's put it here. Oh, I should have played this first. Darn. Unless I want him to be, this one to be here, which I do. So let's play that one there. Draw a card. This is dealing 30 damage now, because it's attuned, and we gained that 1 magic power. Thought this was not consume. Oh. This is Apply Rage 3. The first spell card played each turn gets Consume. Does this one normally have Consume? I don't know. I want to play this one here, but if we do that, I think he just dies. We do want to do this. And we do want to do this. It's just the Steelworker. I guess the Steelworker is better at the top than not played at all. And I just realized he wouldn't have died because this one's dazed. So I possibly made a mistake there. Let's do 30 damage to this one. And we get another magic power. Getting that magic power really might be helpful. Okay, almost all of them are dazed. This one is kind of a problem, but what we really need is this. I don't like that it's consumed, though. Should we consume something else first? I guess we could consume a Crypt Builder instead, so that we could play this multiple times, or we could consume this one. I think we might need the Crypt Builders later. So the Ritual of Battle gets consumed. That's unfortunate. And then Crypt Builder would take this one out. These two seem like they're going to make it to the top. I can't play a Crypt Builder here because it costs 3 on this floor. Oh, that's not good. In that case, what if we play one of these and sap this guy so he dies? I like that. This Crypt Builder costs less and less, at least. You're dazed. The first thing I play gets consumed. Could consume a Frozen Lance, which already gets consumed. That seems like a good plan. The Frozen Lance could kill this one. Can it kill this one? It can just barely not kill this one. And I don't need it down here, so we're going to play the Frozen Lance first. And that will mostly defeat this one. I want to play more Energy Siphon here, so that eventually we defeat that with a Crypt Builder. Down here, we could use Vent. We could use Vent at the bottom, and then a Crypt Builder. I like that plan the most. This also plays another spell. And then we can play our Crypt Builder. Can we play the Crypt Builder on the second floor? We can. Is that better? I mean, it does 90 damage there. Let's do it on the bottom floor, because it also incants. Alright. That's gonna have to be how it is. The pyre is not doing so hot. Okay. Apply silence. Disables triggered abilities. Is multi-strike a triggered ability? I think we should not have taken this card. And in fact, we can consume it. Okay, we consumed it. Now it's gone. Next, we've got a Crypt Builder, which can deal a ton of damage. We have a Torch, which can deal a fair amount of damage. This guy needs to die. And right now, he's not dying. The Crypt Builder can kill him. He dies. The Torch can kill this one. Then we draw another card. We drew a Crypt Builder. Excellent. So now we can do a Crypt Builder on this one, which does not cause him to be defeated, because he gets pushed to the back. Where's our units? Oh, right. One of our units died. I think we want think we want the Crypt Builder down here. And then who cares about playing the Vengeful Shards? I certainly don't care about playing the Vengeful Shards. We could apply 10 frozen no, what is it called? Frostbite. Frozen Permafrost Frostbite card. Very confusing. And if we were to do 10, I would do that to you, so you die, or you, so that you start taking some damage. You start taking some damage. Yeah, 2 damage to the pyre is not important. There are much better things to do with 1 energy, with 1 ember in my turn. Okay, waves remaining 2. We can finally play this one. What do we want to get consumed this turn, though? That's the hard part. Yeah, that's the hard part. What do we want to get consumed this turn? We could consume a Crypt Builder. Don't love that. We could consume an Energy Siphon. Don't love that either. But I guess it's better than consuming one of the Crypt Builders that we have. So there's that. You are dying because he's there. You can actually help a lot. You can go here and apply sap. And then these guys don't do much to the pyre. You are going to be taken care of when you get up there, which means we play Spike of the Stygian on the boss, applying 15 more Frostbite. Oh, and we draw a card. We draw a card that causes the Crypt Builder to be played, which might be really good at the bottom. Actually, that's the only place we can afford it. All right. You go to the top, you get destroyed by the pyre. Our boss has 7 spell weakness. We could consume another energy siphon. If we were to do that, would we do that on the boss? Or would we do it here, so that we can defeat this one? Actually, we don't really care much about defeating that one. If we do a Crypt Builder on it, it will be at the back. And we could do this Crypt Builder on it. So, we want to consume either this one or Energy Siphon. We will consume Energy Siphon again against the boss. You guys are dying. You're hurting him pretty bad, but you're dying. We want to use this Crypt Builder here. That really takes out this place a lot. We could play a vent. We could vent at the top floor. I like that, actually. Because then the Titan's Gratitude will either discard this or this. Both are good. So vent at the top. And then we even drew another Crypt Builder. So Titan's Gratitude goes here. Most likely we discard a Crypt Builder. No matter what we discard, we like it. And then I want to keep that one in my hand. It has permafrost. Alright. The bottom is taken care of this turn, which means we only have the top and the new bottom. You have 26 frostbite, but where? Oh no, I used the vent. The vent took out all of the... that was a mistake. So we really want to discard this one with one of the Titan's Gratitudes. That will be pretty difficult to pull off. You're a problem. I want to play a Titan's Gratitude down here. And I probably want to play a Crypt Builder up here. Or a Titan's Gratitude. Let's start with a Titan's Gratitude up here. That discarded a Vengeful Shard, which is excellent. Now we can play the Vengeful Shard. We can play the Crypt Builder, which does a bunch of damage. And then we can Titan's Gratitude this one, which reduces how much damage we're taking by kind of a lot. And hopefully we discard the Guardian's Amulet. We did. That means that we can also vent for 3 down here. Wonderful. So, the problem is that there's still a whole bunch of life on our main enemy. Yeah, the main enemy is really bad for us. I don't know if we're gonna win. We at least have a chance, though. Because we're putting on a whole bunch of spell weakness here. Alright. 12 spell weakness. So now we get to use a Crypt Builder. And that's it, right? Our Crypt Builders are doing 95, though. We want to consume one of these. So 95 times 12. Bam. 1,235 damage. Could do another Crypt Builder. Seems appropriate. And I think that means we're going to win. We're going to win not by a lot, but we're gonna win just by a little bit. Because we've got a Crypt Builder right here. Build that crypt. And we win. This is my first Covenant victory. Covenant level 1 with the Stygian and Hellhorned. We made it to the Frozen Heart. Final score is 31,365, and we unlocked Covenant rank 2, which adds a dead weight to our starting deck. That sounds terrible. Terrible, I say. By winning a run with these cards, you've unlocked special card frames for them. Oh, we did special card frames for every card that was in our deck. Wow. All right. Didn't realize. I thought I was gonna have to choose one. Unlocked Ice and Pyre. Pyre Bound can only be played in the Pyre room and the floor below it. Deal 90 damage. Okay. When do you ever get to play this in the Pyre room? Don't know. 50% chance to apply silence when an enemy unit enters your train. Could be good. Stygian Guard level 3. Permafrost. Add frozen to a card in your hand. That would have been amazing with the relic that we had that time. Playing a spell deals 2 damage to a random enemy unit on that floor. Sounds good. Hellhorned level 4, the Rail Beater, armor 30, strike applied melee weakness. I like it. Consume, apply armor 25. Not bad. Our win streak increased by 1. So, win streak is at 1. Our new personal best is enemies killed on the first floor is 58. We killed a lot of enemies on floor 1, and we had 30 pyre shards, or pack shards. Alright, that's it for now. In this episode, I earned my second win as well as my first Covenant win, which means I've added cards mastered to the bottom right of the screen. Note that I have not mastered the Trade Steward because I removed all of them before the final battle. Crypt Builder was my MVP card for this run. I had 3 of them in my final deck. And, of course, this is the first time I've played with Tethys Titansbane, the Stygian Guard champion. I've highlighted both Concussive Coals and Fel's Remorse before, and now I'll highlight them again, since they are the first 2 artifacts I've taken into 10 or more battles. For enemies, I'm highlighting Purifier and Master of Light because they were both new enemies I hadn't encountered in my first 3 runs. There are probably a few more I have yet to encounter, but I'm betting there are not many. Check out my detailed tracking sheet, link in the video description. New episodes every Saturday, and thanks for watching.